My life wasn't perfect, yeah, I know that now. When it came crashing down, all I know is that I need you around. When it comes crashing down, all I need is not to feel so much alone. So step inside my zone, baby, you can give me everything I want. Everything I want. Always dance and sing. You're captivating me. All I need is to know that I'm in your heart and never be apart. All I need is not to feel so much alone. So step inside my zone, baby. I can give you everything you want. Everything you want.
Climbing up 4 walls in my apartment. I can't spend another second with my brain. Gotta get up and get out, but there's a problem. Every time I go outside, I see your face. Wish you could be here right now, lay here by my side. All day, all day, all day. Tell me it's gonna be alright.
Where'd you go, babe? Can't you see that I need company? I'm losing it, losing my way. Only get through when it's you plus me. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Honestly, can't you just call me? Where you at, where'd you go, babe? let me fix my mistakes. Wish you could be here right now, lay here by my side, all day, all day, all day. Tell me it's gonna be alright, we gon' work it out. No way, no way, no way, yeah. The floor is cold, it chills my bones. I'm all alone, still missing you. It's been a month since you've been gone. I'm all alone, still missing you. Yeah. Oh. I'm still missing you. Still missing you. The floor is cold, it chills my bones. I'm all alone, still missing you. It's been a month since you've been gone. I'm all alone, still missing you.
Lately I've been feeling like somebody else. Heard you're moving on with someone new. My friends keep telling me that it was for the best, but I don't know if I will make it through. Cause every morning I wish you were here with me, watching the sunlight fill my room. Falling asleep at night, thinking about you and me. Why did you have to be so cruel? I guess I should have known it from the start, but baby, I was so caught up in you, picking up the pieces of my heart. Oh baby, let me hold you, I just wanna hold you. Girl, I know we said some things we didn't mean, but thought that we could figure this one out. Hate the fact that our love now is separate, but maybe someday you will realize. Cause every morning I wish you were here with me, watching the sunlight fill my room. Falling asleep at night, thinking about you and me. Why did you have to be so cruel? I guess I should have known it from the start, but baby, I was so caught up in you, picking up the pieces of my heart. Oh baby, let me hold you, I just wanna hold you. I guess I should have known it from the start, but baby, I was so caught up in you, picking up the pieces of my heart. Oh baby, let me hold you, I just wanna hold you. Cause every morning I wish you were here with me, watching the sunlight fill my room. I guess I should have known it from the start, but baby, I was so caught up in you, picking up the pieces of my heart. Oh baby, let me hold you, I just wanna hold you. I guess I should have known it from the start,
take it away. Feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't get enough. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like home. Yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone. Yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you. All that I crave when you're away, nights are sleepless. Do we need space? Yeah, maybe a break. Boy, you're my weakness. Give and we take, the love that we make, it's my favorite drug. Too caught up in
I've been working overtime like crazy.
Mic check, 1, 2. Whoa, don't know what happened. Stream stopped on us abruptly before, so we just started out all over again. Let's get started, y'all. Hey, LaRonda. I don't know what happened. On the last stream, it just cut out. I'm glad it did it early. Don't know what happened. It just stopped. I got a message saying that the stream had, maybe there was an issue with, you know, in my area here in Los Angeles, the cable company texted us and said that the whole system went down in the middle of the day last week, and it's been kind of off and on, kind of slow since then. So I don't know, maybe I had a glitch in my internet connection. I did a speed test. It's super fast right now, but it still cut out the broadcast. I'm glad I was only, what were we, 3, 4, maybe 5 minutes in? I'm glad you're still here, LaRonda. Thank you, my love. Just gonna talk about a couple things. Just maybe one thing tonight. High value women. High value women. It is hot here in Los Angeles, man. I got my AC turned on, and I didn't think that I'd have to turn it down to 72. It seems kind of humid here. You know, I don't like humid heat. I was in Atlanta. I've traveled. I like dry heat. I like dry heat like Africa, Los Angeles, Las Vegas. Has anybody ever been in Las Vegas in the summertime? It is hot, but it's bearable because it's dry. You know what's not bearable? It's heat that's moist, because it makes your clothes wet. You become sticky. You know, I was in Atlanta and I went shopping at their mall in, what area was I in? I forget what area was it, but it was hot and sunny. I wore t-shirts and a pair of shorts. Went into the mall, had to be in there because I knew what I needed. Went in there, got what I needed. Maybe in there for an hour, got some food. Came back outside, it was raining. It tripped me out. And I'm like, man, how is it rain? And it was hot rain. Hot rain, like I'm taking a shower. And it's just, and it's not, when you check the temperature, it's not that hot based on the temperature, the degrees. However, it was just, it was a bad feeling. I do not like humidity. Not like that. You know, you live in Atlanta, you live in Florida, you know, you in Georgia, down south, that hot, humid. You got to change your clothes 3 times a day. You got to take showers 3 times a day. Right now, it's humid here in Los Angeles. It's not normally like this. So I had to put my AC on 72 to get rid of some of it. And I have a dehumidifier built into my system. I had to have it take out the moisture in the air. I need it to be dry. Nevertheless, I'm glad you guys are here. We're going to talk about some things. The high value woman. I'm reading a book right now. We have on my channel, we have a book club, a live book club called Rich People Read. And it's a book club where we read a book a month to instruct you in the ways of the successful through the power of reading. I don't know any rich people. Rich and, there's a difference between rich and wealthy. Rich is just having a bunch of money. Wealth is meaning your money is making you money, right? I don't know any rich and or wealthy people who don't read. People that get money read. And so we have a podcast here that we do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 o'clock in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. And we read books for the entire month. You know, we break out the chapters to make sure that we start at the beginning of the month and we finish by the end of the month. What's up, crowdcontrolservices.com? And in reading, we do 2 subjects, because the 2 subjects that I talk about on this podcast, the 2 ships, entrepreneurship and relationships. And each month we flip-flop between the 2. So one month we'll talk about relationship stuff. The next month we'll talk about money stuff, bettering yourself when it comes to money and getting money. And I'm cool with, and I tell people all the time, I'm cool with, the whole, manifestation, feel better, universe, alignment, stars aligning and whatnot. But when I talk about getting money, I mean money in the bank. I'm talking about money in your Bank of America checking account. I'm talking about putting money in your Wells Fargo or Chase checking account. So that's what we talk about. And so last month we read a book called How to Be a Stoic, right? The philosophy of living the philosophies of Stoicism and living that life. Month before that, we read a book called The Book of Obsidian, the Ladies Edition. So the Book of Obsidian, the Ladies Edition, was a book about relationships, and it helped women in the mating and dating for the 21st century Black woman. Stoicism was more about cutting through the bullshit in life, which helps you get money. The month before that, we read the Richest Man in Babylon. The richest man in, exactly, crowd control. You see what crowd control? Reading books consistently gets money, period. End of sentence. That's the statement. There's nothing else to say. Reading books consistently get money, period. There's nothing else to add to that sentence. And so, because we read books that talk about relationship and entrepreneurship, this month we're reading a book called The High Value Man. That's the name of the book. It's written by Min Liu in 2016. I thought it was 2014, but apparently I was wrong. It's 2016, published in 2016, way before Kevin Samuels made it super popular term, right? At least in the Black community. Because the term was created in the 80s by women, by the way, high value men. Kevin put parameters around it, said the 6 things that you have to be to become a high value man. So we all understand high value men. We understand the parameters, the requirements, and what it takes to be a high value man. Apparently, some women feel the same in that their value is the same as men. No, that's not true. What up, Joel? I haven't seen you in a while, Joel. What's up, man? It's good to see you, bro. We're just talking about high value women and how that doesn't exist. And I'm going to explain. Just getting started. And so we're reading a book called High Value Men on the show for this month. This month we're reading, and today was the first day, right? We'll be done, not this Friday, but next Friday, right? Hey, Miss Carrington. Hey, Brittany B. Love you, babe. Hey, by the way, everybody, I partied with Brittany. Brittany knows how to party with her cute self. Brittany pulled up in Atlanta at the Lapeef Network meetup week before last, and I partied with Brittany. Brittany knows how to party. Brittany, we have a bond at the Onyx Club, at the Onyx Gentlemen's Club in Atlanta. Shout out to Brittany B. It was so good meeting her. You know, in my Instagram DMs, you know how you have primary and then you have general. People that I've never met in person, I keep in general, and people that I've met in person, I keep in primary. Like, those are my primary DMs. Me and Brittany, we chat on DMs. I moved Brittany from general over to primary because we partied in person together. Shout out to her. And Miss Carrington, I hit you up because I wanted you to be a part of the podcast. I don't know if you're interested in being part of the podcast. We have a podcast coming up this Thursday called Wife School. I hit you on Facebook Messenger, I think I hit you on Facebook Messenger. Miss Carrington, if you're interested, let me know. I think you'll be a good addition to that show. So yeah, what was I saying? Oh, I see that's a little too long. Hold on one second, you guys. Wait, let me make one little quick change to the timer. I see it's pushing it off. It's a little longer than it needs to be. Hold on. All right, made some changes. Had to make a change real quick, you guys, in the system. All right. What up, E Black? So all my friends E Black was in Atlanta too. Good looking brother. You know, I'm team dark skin. My man E Black was in Atlanta. Brittany B was in Atlanta. I partied with Brittany B. Brittany B is super cute. I don't see how she's single. I don't know if she is single. I think she mentioned maybe 7 months ago, she was single. If she's still single, I don't see how that's possible. Considering how pretty Brittany B is, you know. Then my man E Black was there. He pulled up both days. Shout out to E Black. I think me and E Black took some photos. He need to shoot me that photo of me and him so I can post it on my social media. Randy, how are you? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about the high value women. I was telling you guys, I'm reading a book right now. It's called The High Value Man. Right? If you guys go to my Rich People Read podcast that I do on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I read it this morning, the very first part of the chapter of chapter 1, because chapter 1, it's only 3 chapters in the book, and each chapter is so big, so we broke it up. So we read the first 3 parts of chapter 1 today, and it's called High Value Man. Right? And I was asked by a woman, can everything that we're reading in this book, The High Value Man, right? The principles of masculinity, that's what it is. Can it be applied to women? Can everything that I'm reading in the current book for this month, The High Value Man, can it be applied to women? Unfortunately, the short answer is no. And I'm going to explain. The short answer is no. And typically, a lot of the times that we talk about certain things, you know, self-improvement, we talk about, you know, self-edification, we talk about, you know, self-esteem, we talk about money. Most things transcend gender. It has nothing to do with whether you're male or female. Even though this is a male-centric channel, I do speak to women as well. But the high value concept, as it's known today, one, it's not a subjective term. A lot of people seem to think it's a subjective term. Do you guys remember at the meetup when we did the King Talk show, the first question that everybody asked was about high value? Like somebody came and asked a question about high value men, and everybody's like, "Ask Shannon." And I gave they made it seem like I was the authority on high value men. I'm not the authority on high value men. Everybody on the panel, all my brothers that was up there for King Talk could have answered, but they selected me, and I broke it down. And then I got a little bit of pushback, but I pretty much told everybody what the details were. And I go by the parameters that Kevin put on high value men, right? You got to make $10,000 a month, not $100,000 a year. You have to make $10,000 a month. That means it's $120,000 a year. That $20,000 is a lot of money. It makes a difference. So you got to make $10,000 a month. You have to have done it for 3 to 5 years minimum. You can't just have did a PPP loan lick and then suddenly you're a high value man. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way, right? You have to be part of a club of other high value men. Other high value men have to acknowledge and accept you. You have to be useful to the group of other high value men. Yes, you have to be useful to the group of other high value men. You know, and then you have to there's one part, it slips my mind. Hold on one second. And you have to be your visibility. The 6th one is your visibility. You have to be what Kevin called LinkedIn level visibility, meaning you can't just call yourself a high value man. You can't just say I'm a high value man and suddenly you are. People must be able to see and recognize what you claim to be. Right? This is how you eliminate drug dealers, and this is how you eliminate, you know, athletes. This is how you eliminate certain people who say I run a business, quote unquote. Yeah? What business? Where are you registered at? How can I look that up? Right? That's the breakdown. Yes, exactly, Joel. The income part is variable. So it's $10,000 a month, no matter where you live in America, adjusted by its inflation, depending on where you live. So in LA, $10,000 a month is not enough. In lower Manhattan, New York, $10,000 is not enough. It's just not. Okay? So somebody asked me, like, well, Shan, can a woman be high value? Is there such thing? I mean, can everything that you're reading in the High Value Man book be used for women? And I want to let people know that term is not subjective. It's a very objective term. It has a definition. You don't get to redefine it. Now, here's the thing. Kevin Samuels believed in the term high value women. Kevin believed in that. He's answered that question a few times. Women have gone on his panel and asked him, to define a high value woman. But I disagree with Kevin on that one. And when you ask women, okay, let's talk real quick about the whole what do you bring to the table discussion. What do you bring to the table? Right? That's a question that women originally asked men. Now men are asking women that. I think it's a silly question. You'll never really hear me ask a woman, what do you bring to the table? I think a better question is, what kind of value do you bring my life? I think that's the question that men should ask women. What value do you bring my life? And I'm going to get into that in a second. But think about it. What do you bring to the table? Do you realize that most women can't answer that? Whenever somebody says, well, what are you bringing to a relationship, to a woman? And I get it. A lot of it is in the intangibles, and the intangibles, things you can't touch, feel, right? You can't smell or see it, are important. But that's what women talk. Oh, you know what? I bring a sense of nurturing peace to him, and I can multiply whatever he, women, they really kind of like don't know how to answer that question. They don't really know how to answer, what do you bring to the table? Because like we see, money, it doesn't matter. Your money, well, money matters. Your education doesn't matter. I don't care about you. No, men don't want an airhead. Men don't want Stepford wives. Men don't want concubines. We don't want a woman that just is as dumb as a rock. You can't talk to, don't know how to formulate a compound sentence. That's not what men want, right? But we talk about the degrees. We talk about the career woman and all the problems that come with that. And that's why it's not important to us. It's the things that's attached to those career-minded women. It's the things that's attached to that education that she's striving to get. What does my man Joel say? He said he may ruffle some feathers, but to be honest, I don't agree. I don't disagree with anyone 100%. People took Kevin Samuels like a Bible, exactly, or God. He wasn't always right. It's okay to disagree. Yeah, I don't agree with him especially on this one. And that's the difference. See, and my man Joel might not agree with me when it comes to high value women, the term, which I'm going to get into and explain. Randy says, I do like when Mr. Samuel said, praise your man in the company of others. Your network extends to your man, etc. Yes, there's a lot of women, Randy. Think about this, Randy. Have you ever heard the term, don't tell me what other people were saying about me. Tell me why they felt comfortable enough to say it to you. Don't tell me the shit that other people were talking about me behind my back. Tell me why they felt comfortable enough to say it to you or around you. Oftentimes, you'll get a situation where women get together and other women will talk shit about a woman's man, and that woman won't say a thing because that sisterhood is strong. Women will talk about a woman's man in front of her, and she'll just be like, yeah, I don't even like your man. He gets on my nerve. Well, she won't say nothing to him. You won't hear that between men. Ain't no guy gonna come up to another guy and be like, man, I don't like your bitch. She get on my goddamn nerves, bro. Her fat ass. Nigga, that's not happening between men. It's rare that you will find men dissing another man's woman. But it's frequent that you will find women talking about another woman's man in front of that woman. In fact, oftentimes she's co-signing that shit. Oftentimes she's co-signing that. Yes. But when it comes to high value women, in the parameter in which we talk about high value men, it doesn't exist. So what is value? Well, Shan, what is value? To value something is to consider with respect to worth its excellence, its usefulness, right? Its importance to a person or a thing, and it's measured by the marketplace. Who desires a thing? What is value? Like, I wish I could. I oftentimes use automobiles as an example of the value versus quality. You see, and I like to use the 1972 Corvette Stingray. I'm born in 1972. That's one of my favorite cars. 1972 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray is a valuable car today. It's $100,000, right? The car brand new was only $3,000. Want to buy one today, used, $100,000. And that's in average condition. The thing is, why is it so valuable? Because it's rare. It's rare because the marketplace wants that vehicle. But is it useful? Is it a quality car? No, it's not very quality. Listen, if you get in a car accident driving, this is what I said on stage at King Talk in Atlanta. If you get in a car accident driving a 1972 Corvette, if you hit a wall at 40 miles an hour, you might die. You might die. Something's going to break. You're going to break some bones, but you might just die. And the reason why is because, it only has a lap seat belt. It has I'm not sure if it has power brakes. It might have power brakes. And it might have power steering. But it might not have power brakes, and it might not have power steering. It certainly doesn't have any airbags. It certainly doesn't have an ABS braking system. That car is not quality in terms of safety. Of course, quality and safety is one of our top concerns in all automobiles. But you know what is a quality car as compared to a 1972 Corvette? A 2012 Honda Accord. You can get a 2012 Honda Accord for $5,000, maybe $4,000, maybe $3,000. It's nothing. It doesn't cost anything. It's not valuable. It's lots of them. You can get them all over the place. But it's a safer car. It's certainly more quality made. That little Japanese Honda Accord is certainly a more quality built in terms of safety than a Corvette Stingray, but the Corvette is valuable. The Honda Accord isn't. A lot of people like to conflate their feelings and involve their feelings in an objective term of high value. Well, it's the same thing when it comes to men and women. Now, you would think, well, why can't we attribute the high value man principles to women? Hey, Princessa. It's good to have you here, love. It's always good to see you, Princessa. Classic and irreplaceable. Exactly, crowd control. So listen, why can't we attribute the same principle of the high value man to women? Well, that's because women and men have a different purpose. And this is what a lot of people do not understand. I'm not all about the feel good words. I'm all about what actually is, right? A woman's purpose is her man. A woman's purpose on this planet is her man, period. A woman's purpose is her man. You hear it all the time in the women empowerment seminars, and you see it all. You see it in the clips on Instagram all over the place, on YouTube, TikTok. I need to find my purpose. I need to walk in my purpose, walk in my truth. It's my truth, right? What the fuck does that mean even? But, be in my truth. I need to walk in your purpose is a man. That's the purpose that you're here for. Now, whether you've been normalized, because remember, normal and natural is two different things. So if you've been normalized to believe something else, then that's one thing. But naturally, your purpose is your man. That's the reason why you're here. That's the reason why you're here on this planet, ladies. Unfortunately, if you don't like that, sorry. It is what it is. Your purpose is your man. Now, your man may have a purpose, right? And one of his things is to protect you. One of the things that he needs to do is to provide for you. He needs to solve all of your problems, the ones that you can't solve yourself. One of his purposes is to procreate, to reproduce himself and make more men, and to move on and to create more, and to create a legacy, to reproduce himself for the future. I think it was it Ricky? It was Ricky Williams that said time travel. Men's purpose is one of the men's purpose is to time travel. What do you mean by time travel? Have children and recreate them to be in the future where you're not here. Hey, Nurse Fancy. It's good to see you. Ooh, Nurse Fancy's cute. Y'all see that photo? I get the cutest people on my channel. This is just hands down. So listen, what is the purpose of a woman? The purpose of a woman is to be the helpmate to her man. I don't care what religion you follow. I don't care what spiritual beliefs you have. You could attribute this to human kingdom or the animal kingdom. You could see it across the board. The purpose is for women to support her man. Now, women have goals. Don't get goals and purpose mixed up. This is another thing. Purpose and goals are two different things. Women should have goals. Do you know how many people know somebody that has no goals? They don't know what the fuck they want to do in life. They're kind of aloof, just moving through, not really sure. They just working at some menial job and really kind of like don't have any real reason to be here. It's almost like they're just taking up oxygen in space, right? A man has purpose and a woman's purpose is her man. But women have goals. Goals is not the same as purpose. Goals mean is to, how do I say this? Goals is a point at which a person wishes to achieve. There's a particular thing that a person wishes to achieve. Goals moves linearly in a straight line. This is what I want. You may have a goal to go get some food. You may have a goal to fix something. You may have a goal to get a job. You may have a goal to acquire your doctorate degree. Acquiring your doctorate degree is not a purpose. Acquiring your doctorate degree is a goal. Now, some would say, well, you know what, the goal for me to get my doctorate degree is so I can save the world. Yeah, but if your goal is your man, how does that work in alignment with his plan and program for you and your man's family life? If it's out of alignment with what he wants to do, what's the point? Your purpose is your man, but you have goals. Goals mean that you have a point at which you want to achieve something, and there's a straight line in getting it. Now, purpose means, purpose is like you have aims to reach a particular thing that you want to do in life, and a goal helps you achieve that. The purpose is the reason one aims to even have goals. And goals, purpose, unlike goals, is multi-directional. It's omnidirectional. So a man may have a goal to do a particular thing or become a particular thing. And a man may have a purpose to do or become a particular thing. And then he has multiple goals to get there. Do not conflate goals and purpose. Everybody has goals. Everybody has a purpose. Just women need to understand that their purpose is their man. There's a hierarchy here. So if a woman's purpose is her man, and you subscribe to that, which you should, then the value of a woman, fruitful multiplication. Yeah, exactly, crowd. Let me put that up on the screen. fruitful multiplication. Crowd control is hitting them tonight. If the value of a woman is her man and is tethered to the if a woman's purpose is her man, then her value is tethered to the value of the man she has children with or is married to. Depending on what her man becomes, how far he gets, how close he reaches his purpose, is the value in which a woman's, that's how you value the woman that is with that man. I don't know how to put this. Let me think about a way to put this for you guys. If a man is on his purpose and he has a woman with him that's his helpmate to achieve his purpose, her value is directly measured by how much her man achieves that particular purpose or how much he attains his purpose. And so therefore, if a woman does not have a man or is not interested in a man, then there's really no way for her to become high value, if that makes any sense. Now, all women can be valuable, but that depends on the man that she's connected to. All women can be valuable, but that really depends on how. Now, do not mix up quality women. Now, women are quality, but there's one thing that women are, especially in mating and dating. Especially if you're considering yourself to become somebody who wants to reproduce themselves. Now, if you're so selfish, ladies, if you're so selfish that you wish to just die off, if you do not want to have children, if you do not want to recreate yourself, if you do not want to have a family and have something bigger than you, if you're so selfish, if you were born by way of a man and a woman, which all of you have been, and you are so selfish that you do not want to recreate yourself to continue, I'm not talking to you. This message is not for you. My message is not for people who do not give a fuck about anything but themselves. I am not speaking to people who only care about themselves and are so selfish that they do not want to recreate themselves and continue their legacy into the future. They do not want to, as Ricky would say, time travel. Now I get there's some people out there like that. They intend, their goal, women and men, but women especially intend, which is crazy to me, because women has a God-given gift of recreation. So for you to not want or desire to recreate a human being in your womb is wild to me personally. For you to not want that is wild to me. If you're so fucking selfish that all you care about on this planet is you and yourself, and that you would like to die out at the end of your life, then fine. My message is not for you. You can click off this video. But if you do desire to recreate in some capacity, then this message is for you. This message is for you. All women are valuable, but your valuable depends on the man that you are connected to, right? Your value is dependent upon the man that you're connected to, because that is the purpose that you're here. That's the reason why you're here. The reason you, ladies, I'm sorry if this upsets you, but the reason you were born is to be a helpmate to a man. And the reason he was born is to provide, protect, problem solve, and procreate for you, and to move forward the human race. And to push forward the human race. To build and to create infrastructure and to design and help create and make the human race better tomorrow than it is today. That is the purpose of man. The reason that we're here is we're supposed to make tomorrow better than today. Period. And the purpose that you're here is to help us do that. Everything that you look at, the iPhone that you're watching me on right now, the Android that you're watching me on right now, the internet that we're using to communicate, this microphone that I'm speaking in, these lights, created by males. And all of us on the planet right now is supposed to be working together to make all of this stuff better tomorrow. Ladies, the reason why you're here is to help us facilitate that and help us procreate so we can continue the human race. It's just that simple. It really is just that simple. And for all the mothers out there, shout out to you, baby mama or otherwise. Unfortunately, I have a feeling about, I got my thoughts on baby mamas versus wives or divorcees and what. But the point is, if you created life, shout out to you, ladies. If you created life, shout out to you. You're pushing forward the human race. Even if you did it under certain circumstances that which are not desirable, you're still doing so, right? Now, can a woman be high value? No. Standalone by herself like a man is? No. Because a woman's value is connected to the man that a woman's value is measured by the man that she's connected to. Now, here's the thing. If a guy has a purpose and he's reached his purpose and he's doing well in his purpose and he's doing that with a woman by his side, she's a valuable woman to him. If a woman is a hindrance to that man, not so much. If a woman is not connected to a man, not so much. If a guy is just a shiftless motherfucker that ain't really doing nothing, he's not really doing much for society, he's not pushing things forward, he's shiftless, he ain't became nothing, he's not doing much, he hardly works, maybe he's a thief, he steals, and he got a woman by his side, she's zero value as far as I'm concerned. She's zero value as far as I'm concerned. What up, Steven? Now, women can be quality, and women are in demand because her value is measured by the man in which she's aligned with, right? Demand, all women have a level of demand. All by yourself, stand alone, without anybody connected to you, women have a level of demand. I believe in the term high demand women, not high value women. High demand women. Women that are in demand. And I get it. Oh, what about my degrees? What about my career? What about all the stuff that I contribute to society? Listen, ladies, considering that your purpose is to the man that you're connected to, I don't recall any men out there saying, wow, look at that degree on her. Ooh, her degree is sexy. I don't remember any men. I've never heard a guy say that. I've never heard a guy say, damn, she looks good with that degree. I can't wait to get with that. It's attractive, especially if it's in alignment with that man's purpose. So say, for instance, you get with a girl who's an attorney, right? She goes to law school. She gets her Juris Doctorate. She passes the bar. And then you run a business in which her law degree directly helps. Oh, she's valuable. That's helpful. But as I told you guys the story the other week, what about the woman who gets a Spanish degree from UCLA? What good is that going to do you if you are in, let's say, Italian communications, or you're a plumber and you're working in an area where there's no Spanish speaking people? What good is a woman with her Spanish degree to you if you work in a field where nobody speaks Spanish? What good is that sociology degree or that communications degree or a lot of those just shit degrees to you, fellas? for your program if you can't use anything that she's going to school for. And that's what is happening. A lot of women are going out there getting these degrees that really aren't helpful for much, simply for the sake of getting a degree. Then they get into debt. They owe a lot of money. You take on the debt because you didn't fail for the chick, and then you're paying for a degree that you can't even use. But somehow women seems to think that that is somehow valuable. It's only valuable to the person who can use it. And oftentimes you guys can't use it yourselves. So degrees and career, that's why we say we don't care about that stuff. Because if it doesn't align with what the fuck I'm doing, then what good is it? What good is your career in, I don't know, banking if you can't help the family with any finances? Oh, it's going to help you be a better mother. It's going to help you be a better wife. Well, that's a whole different argument. You guys already know that's can be easily debunked. So if what she brings to the table, quote unquote, which is, I hate to use that term, is useful for the man that she's aligned with, then she's bringing value to his program and value to his life. And her value is measured by how successful he is and or how much of a failure he is. If a woman is standalone, on the other hand, let's talk about demand. I believe in the term high demand woman. Now, women are to be pursued. The human dynamic calls for women to be pursued. In some cases, chased. Right? We are the hunters and we gather. That's what men do. We go get women. Me man, you woman. Me Tarzan, you Jane. I'm coming for you. Women are in demand. The women in the chat that's watching this show, ladies, every woman in this show that's listening to my voice, Randy, Nurse Fancy, Princessa, all the women, Brittany B, you guys are in demand. Now, you could be high demand, you can be average demand, you can be low demand, but you're in demand nonetheless. Men are high value, women are high demand. Women in the human dynamics are to be pursued by men. We're coming for you. We want you. We need you. Remember when I told you that when women are asked, what do you bring to the table? Oftentimes women can't really explain it. It's more often than not, it's the intangibles. It's the intangibles that make women so special to men. Think about it, fellas. When you remove sex, remove blowjobs, remove orgasms altogether. What do you need that woman for? If you still need your woman, if she's providing you some sort of, it's probably an intangible. It's how she makes you feel. It's how she makes you think. It's how she helps you with how she fills in the gaps in your life where you're missing things. Earlier today, I was doing a podcast, Rich People Read, and I forgot to do the stream sponsor. And Princessa, one of my moderators on the show, reminded me in the chat, Shan, don't forget to do the stream sponsor. She wrote that and I was like, damn. And I had already received like 3 super chats by then. Princess was like, Shan, don't forget to do the stream sponsor. Bam. See, when women come in to a man's life and she fills in the gaps where he's missing, because we can't think of it all, right? We don't remember everything. A woman comes in, she says, oh, by the way, baby, you need to do this and don't forget to take that. And didn't you have an appointment over here? And I need you to make sure this is fixed. I know that you've been wanting to fix this. Is there anything that you need me to do to help you facilitate? Listen, women come in with the intangibles often. You can't really touch it. You can't feel it. You can't taste it. They come in and they just feeling when women. That's why you can't answer the question what you bring to the table. Because it's not for you to really know. It's for him to discover in you, and that sets the demand. What value do you bring a man's life? Do you make his life easier, or do you make his life harder? Do you make his life easier, or do you make his life harder? Is you being around night after night, day after day, texting, talking, being with him, going places with him, do you make his life easier, or do you make his life more difficult? If you make his life easier, he will marry you, period. I don't give a fuck how you look. Good looks matter though. But let me tell you something. What's going to take you to the altar is not how much makeup you have on or how fat your ass is. It's you filling in those intangibles, and the value that you bring to a man's life is what it is. And typically, let me explain something to you ladies. Typically, Lorana says she can't hear me. Uh-oh. Can you guys hear me? I think the mic is. I'm seeing levels. I'm seeing the levels. I'm not sure if it's just LaRonda. Typically, most women are the things that make her valuable to a man. She'll do that with whatever man she falls for. That's one of the reasons why Pookie gets great benefits, and so does the man she marries later on in life. It's not like she's an asshole to one and then doesn't treat the other one like an asshole, and she likes them both. That doesn't typically happen. So I think I saw the stream is buffering. Oh man. Hold on, guys. Hold on a second. Hopefully this is better. I'm not sure if this is better. We'll see. So I think Princessa asked, she said, Shannon, am I high demand? You know what, Princessa? I don't. I think you probably are. Because I know you a little bit. I've known you for going on a year, Princessa. I would imagine in the way that you've interacted with me that you are in high demand. But I wouldn't know because I don't know you. I haven't met you personally. I would have to meet you. Because how you treat me is typically how you're going to treat the guy. Okay, first of all, the guy, how you treat me and how well you've treated me over here at YouTube. I can't imagine that you would treat a guy that you're in love with any worse. In fact, I would imagine you double it. And if he gets double of what I get over here at YouTube, then yeah, I would imagine that you're a high demand woman. Ladies, you want to aspire to be a high demand woman. This is where the fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun part comes in. Women are only high demand. They're not high value. Men are high value as measured by the marketplace and what purpose that he's doing in serving the world. Women are in high demand based on what they're doing for their man, because women's purpose is a man. So her value is measured by the man she's connected to. If she's not connected to her man, then she's not high value. She's high demand or low demand. Or low demand. Now we start getting into the thought talk, right? We start talking about the 304s. We start talking about the trashy women, sluts and whatnot. Are you low demand? Are you something that men don't want? Across the board, men don't want you. How can you be? I don't care how much money you make. Listen, so let me give you an example. Princessa says, my man would get all of me, and that's just and all that I have to give. Now, see, even that thought process, Princessa, makes you a high demand woman. That's the right way to think. Now, hear me out. Let me give you guys an example. Joel, let me lay this one on him, Joel. You have in the parameters of a high value, $10,000. You got a woman that makes $10,000 a month. She has a network. She's been making $10,000 a month for 5 years, at least. She has a network of other women that make $10,000 a month. She's useful to that group, right? She's useful to that group. That group recognizes her, and everybody knows what she does. She's visible. Is she high value? High value to who? Depending on the man, none of that shit matters. That's why she can't be high value. Now, she might be in demand of a relationship. If it's in the right structure, if we are in the correct order of things, everything that she does, all her degrees and all her money needs to work with his program for that family. Period. Now, say for instance, she's all of that, but she weighs 350 pounds. She weighs 350 pounds and she got a goddamn attitude. You got a woman that meets all the criteria of a high value man, but she's overweight. She has an attitude. Will she be in demand? No. And the likelihood of her connecting with a man is going to be low. She probably won't get a man. Then what the fuck? Then what are we talking about now? Where's the value in that? You see why none of that stuff matters to women the way it matters to men? But let's remove all of that money that she makes. No, lady, no voice, no such thing as a high value woman. It's a high demand woman. This is what I'm explaining. Let's remove all that money that she makes. Let's make her she makes minimum wage. She makes minimum wage, right? She doesn't have this huge network of other women that make a lot of money. She don't even really hardly know nobody. She's not even on social media. She don't have no friends, any of that kind of stuff, right? She's not LinkedIn level visibility. She doesn't have a big old resume full of stuff. Nobody really knows her. She's not educated. She doesn't have a bachelor's degree. She doesn't have a doctorate or a master's, MBA. She has none of that. In fact, she has like a little bit of community college. She took a couple classes at, a couple vocational courses. That's it. She finished high school. She has a diploma. But she meets a man. This woman meets a man who was good by himself. But when he got with her, he became great. In fact, when she's with any man, he becomes better than he is just by the nature of her, the way she talks to her man, the way she champions her man, the way she nurtures her man, takes care of her man, the way she elevates and pushes him to become better. She doesn't have the money, right? Remember, she doesn't have the degree. She doesn't have all the education and all that kind of fancy shit. But the way she handles and talks to her man, how long do you think she's going to be single? How long do you think it's going to take before somebody says, will you marry? Get down on bended knee and say, will you marry me? They don't last on the marketplace. Those women aren't here on YouTube listening to me. They're off having a fucking happy life. They're planning their next vacation and kids just started school today. They're not here. They're not listening to me. You know who's listening to me is you hard-headed women who can't get it together and don't want to listen to nobody. That's who's listening to me. The women who are hard-headed and or the women who are reprogramming themselves because they know that's how they used to be and they don't want to be like that in the future. Shout out to the women who know that they were like that some years ago and they're reprogramming themselves. And so they're here in this space so they can become better women moving forward. Shout out to those women. Though that woman that does that for her man, though, did you see what Princessa wrote in the chat? Those women will be in high demand. Now, maybe women who didn't have that mindset 5 years ago, they can't understand why they can't keep a man. I know you can get one. We already talked about that in the previous broadcast. Ladies, I know you can get a man, but you can't keep one. He doesn't stick around. He's out of here. Why? Because you're not doing the things that broke, minimum wage making, highly educated woman is doing. You think because you got a degree and you got all this fancy money in your bank account and you drive a foreign and you bought a condo that you're high value. You can't be high value because your value is going to be directly connected to the man that you're associated with. He's high value. You're high demand. You're high quality. You're a quality woman. That's what you want to strive to be, ladies, to be a woman of quality. You want to strive to be a woman in high demand. Fuck the value. You make your man valuable. You are a quality woman. You want to be the woman that's protect. I told you, the Corvette runs into a 1972 Corvette woman runs into a wall, the man dies. A Volvo, a 2022 Volvo, which is cheaper than the 72 Corvette in terms of money, monetary value, protects that driver. They live, they're protected. Airbags deploy everywhere. Seatbelt tightens up. It's not just a lap seatbelt, it's also a shoulder strap. Brakes, everything that has the glass is tempered. The steering wheel collapses. She protects her driver. She protects her driver, but she's not valuable like the Corvette. But she's quality like a motherfucker. Men marry quality women. Men marry women that's in high demand because he knows that it ain't a lot of women that's going to do what she does. And that shit is demanded by most men. All men want that because they know that she's going to make him better. She's going to help him reach his goal. Like Princessa helped me today when she said, Shan, you didn't do your stream sponsor because it slipped my mind. That shit right there is what men want. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you for doing that. I forgot about that. What would I do without you? What would I do without you? Ladies, you want a man to say, what would I do without you? Without you, I'm good, but with you, I'm great. Without you, I am good, but with you, I am great. That's what you want, ladies. Mindset is important. Agreeableness. Women are in high demand. What do we demand? What do men demand? We want a woman who's agreeable. We want a woman who's cooperative and who's smart and intelligent. We want you to be smart and intelligent. We want you to be agreeable and cooperative. That's the mindset part. Of course, we want you to be fit. We don't want Big Shirley, right? We don't want Big Shirley. You know why? Because when you're disciplined physically, when you have dedication physically and mentally, and you have discernment mentally, that's sexy. That's what fit means. That's what we're looking for. Oh, and we want you to be feminine, ladies. You gotta be feminine. I don't want to date a man. What are y'all saying? Let me scroll down. I don't want to date my homeboy. I don't need my masculinity to match your masculinity. I don't want to get into the ring with you. I don't want to do that. I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to fight with you. I don't want to go toe to toe with you. I don't want to scrap. I don't want to show you how hard my punch is. I don't want to feel how hard your punch is. I don't want you bucking up with me. I don't want you snapping your neck. I don't want you doing none of that. I need a woman that's feminine, who's affectionate, who's accommodating, who's subtly sophisticated. That's what I want. That's what all men want. We want feminine women to match our masculine frame. We want women who are fit physically and mentally. We want women who have the mentality of agreeableness and cooperation. Agreeableness and cooperation, and for you to be intelligent and smart. That's what we're looking for. Those things make you in demand, ladies. They don't make you necessarily valuable. It doesn't make you high value. You're valuable based on the man that you're connected to, because of how great he becomes. He's a reflection of you. And you're a reflection of, you guys reflect each other, yin and yang. You know the deal. And it is what it is. What up, Lou? What up, Lou? It's good to have you here, man. Listen, but if you guys, some of you feel, some of you think that women can be high value the way men are high value, let me know. I'm willing to hear it. I'm willing to discuss it. The link is in the chat. Lady Navoa, hey. High value women do not exist. High demand women do. High quality women do. High value based on the marketplace? No. The marketplace, that sector of the marketplace is reserved for men. We are the hunters. We coming for you. We want you. We are coming for women. We pursue women. Men pursue women. What are we pursuing? To see the things that makes you a quality person. We want to see what kind of value you add to our lives to make us more valuable. What value do you add to my life to make us more valuable? But if you guys feel it's different, let me know. If you feel that I don't know what I'm talking about, let me know. Cam up or call in and let me know.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el putín entero. Funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a los